Hey, leadership. I just sent you guys an email about ways to raise your grade. And one of those was to look at the standards that we have gone over this year so far and show me a way that, or explain to me how you've met these standards in maybe in your regular life or in what you're doing over sorry, it froze. Or maybe what you're doing over this closure time. Now, let's first of all be very clear here. Number one, during this closure time, I don't do anything that's unsafe, right? We're social distancing, we are staying home, which might make this a little bit harder, but not impossible. So I wanted to go over the standards, and I wanted to go over maybe some ideas that could show what those are, so that you have some idea of what I'm getting at. Now, in the email, it did specify, please do not turn in work that you have not cleared by me. Because you might turn in something that's great and you think it's going to be awesome and bring your grade weight up, but it may not actually show the standard in a way that I can grade it. So please make sure you're checking in with me so that the work that you have done, you can just get it done and show it to me. So let's go ahead and start. They are here on the side. So the first one, specific students learn specific knowledge and skills related to leadership and demonstrate leadership styles. So those two things are things that skills related to leadership. That could be anywhere from listening skills. That could be our 8 characteristics. That could be talking in public. That could be business emails that you're sending, and then demonstrating that. So if you are involved in an outside group and you have been emailing people to make Zoom meetings, or you have been working on a Boy Scout or Girl Scout project that you have had to do those things, you can tell me about it in detail and tell me what you've done, maybe show me an example of one of those emails. So that I can show, like, yep, totally, they totally get it, great. One of the things you guys is, a lot of times when you guys get 3s, it's because you're not being clear. You're telling me like, oh, I emailed someone. Okay, but I get emails every day that say like, that aren't capitalized, that are rude, or all those things. So you need to show me talk to me about how you wrote it. You have to give a little bit more detail because I'm not inside your head. I don't follow you around, right? Students respond to the needs of others through service learning. If you have done, people have done creating masks, or they've sewn masks, or started a drive to get food to shelters, or crocheting mittens for the needy. I don't know what you may have done, and maybe you did it earlier in this year and I don't know about it. Maybe you're doing it this time during the closure. Maybe you're really focusing on helping your community, your first responders or your nurses, your doctors. But maybe you started a letter writing campaign to your local nursing home so that those people who can't have visitors still have some love and appreciation coming in. That would be excellent. And you could show me that. You could tell me about it. You could show me some examples of what you've done, pictures of what you've done, and that would count there. Ability to set goals and develop a plan. Anytime you do something, if you have set a goal and you've developed a plan and that plan is clear, let me make sure you guys understand, because I'm not there. It's a video. When you make a plan, it cannot be just, I'm going to do the thing. So let's say my plan is I'm going to pick the colleges that I'm going to apply to. I'm a junior, I'm going to pick the colleges I'm going to apply to. That's the goal. I'm going to pick 4 colleges. I'm going to pick my dream school, a safety school, and 2 schools that are pretty solid, right? I'm going to pick 4. Your plan can't be, I'm going to research. Okay, how? I'm going to research public and private, then I'm going to research whether or how much the average scholarship is, then I'm going to research loans. you got to tell me the actual detailed plan, right? The plan can't be one sentence. Does that make sense? It's just like when we plan something like a dance, we don't just say, okay, we pick a day and then we're having a dance. It's not how we plan, right? We have to decide on a bunch of different things before we can actually go forward with it. Effective communication. If you have been emailing with your teachers to raise your grades, and you want to show that you have done that effectively, don't just email me. Got to show a little bit more than that. But again, detailed, professional, all of those things. If you would like to invite me to a Zoom meeting that you are doing so that I can do that, watch you communicate with a teacher or a school group. If you want to get a couple of people from leadership and do a conversation and you want to show and invite me via Zoom to do that, we can do that. Like there are tons of ways you guys can show me that you're doing these things. Decision-making styles for possible solutions, appropriate decision-making styles. This is probably done best through a conversation about how you've worked through a problem. So let's use that college example again. If you have 10 schools out in front of you, how are you going to make the decision on which of those are going to be your 4 schools or however many I just said? What are the things that are you going to have to think about? Like, you can explain that to me, or you can explain, whatever you want. But the idea is that you're showing me how you thought through the process of what are the solutions. Just like when we have something go wrong at school and it's like, okay, the date gets moved up for Lip Dub. It didn't, but let's just say it did. How do we change things? How do we find a solution? How do we come up with multiple solutions and multiple ideas of how to get to the best one? Ethical values and reasoning skills. This one might be a little harder, but maybe you are showing me that you've gotten involved with a cause, whether it's political or like a nonprofit or whatever, that show your values, that are and show that they are ethical values. And you can tell me how you came to that reasonable conclusion. Demonstrate citizenship. Like we've talked about before, you guys, a lot of these standards are very close to each other. Demonstrating citizenship right now is kind of hard because you're stuck in a house. But that might be, you show me how that you've helped create a world at home that is livable and it connects and it is working. It could be how you are being a citizen right now to the community. Maybe, again, we get the idea of like writing letters to homeless people. That won't work. To nursing homes is what I was trying to say. Or making masks, or, really trying to convince people to do the social distancing thing, et cetera, et cetera. A variety of teamwork and networking experiences. If you are involved in an outside group, or you are, setting up some sort of campaign or idea, that might be with each other. That might be with outside groups. If you can show me that, if you can let me see those things, let me see them, and I can give you a grade for them. My thing right now, you guys, is that it is up to you, right? I want to give you a grade that you deserve, right? Like, I don't get, like, you show me and I assign a grade, right? I want to give you all A's. And I know that you guys are doing some of these things, and it might just take a minute for you to really think about, how can I best show this at this point in time, right? How can I show this through what I've done in a clear, in a distinct, in a really succinct way of like, this is what I've done. Here are all the steps I took to get there, and here's how it resulted, right? That could be, again, conversation It could be screenshots. It could be you forward me emails. It is up to you. Or you can, your grade stays as is. But this is just if you would like to raise your grade. Okay? Again, remember to email me. Go over stuff with me. Most likely I'm going to say yes. But I just need to know so that I know what standards we can really use. Okay? I really appreciate you guys. I miss you like crazy. I can't wait to be back. So let's do this. Bye.